Welcome to the Uncut Chronicles. I'm Krystle.
I'm Andy.
And we are coming to you with information and topics every day, such as
culture, trending topics, shit your mammy probably don't need to hear.
So come on in with us so we can share more with you about our day. Welcome to the Uncut Chronicles. I'm Krystle.
I'm Andy.
And we are here to give it to you live and in color once again. So, how was your weekend?
Krystle, it's weekending, okay? First of all, you hear me and hear how I sound, so I'm just going to tell y'all straight up, excuse the stuffy nose, Andy. I promise I do not sound like this.
You haven't been smoking Newports all weekend?
No, but I definitely been coughing like it. But I'm still here. Newports in the fridge and all.
In the fridge for freshness. Maximum freshness guarantee.
How was your weekend, Krystle?
Oh gosh, my weekend was it was a bit interesting. I did a lot of cleaning up, a little bit of work. Had to clock into my own emotional needs. Okay, what do I need to make sure I focus on for me this weekend? So I worked on that a little bit. But listen, today we need to talk about some cooking items, and I'm not talking about in the kitchen. I'm talking about sugar, like a sugar daddy.
Lord.
Sugar daddies. Now, y'all be out here lying, talking about y'all want a daddy that ain't asking for no sugar. And so we all know that's not the way it goes. So what do you think about this? Because it's always on social media. People are always talking about it. Come on,
Krystle. As a retired sugar baby, these bitches is
retired?
Lying. These bitches is lying. Okay, I'm saying retired. These bitches is lying. And I'm telling you why. Because y'all are fucking. Okay? Y'all are fucking. Capital F. Okay? You are. And I hate this, again, rebranding of sugar daddies and sugar babies. Oh, they don't want to do this. If you just act like, girl, what the... Yes, it's some men, if they got it, they're whatever. Some men get off on that. There are men that don't want anything and they just want the companionship. But that is very rarely. Even Sir William, on his 95th birthday, gonna want you to throw it back, whether he can handle it or not. So why y'all be lying to these girls?
This is true.
Why y'all be lying?
Okay, first of all, serial dating is definitely an option. You can date as many as you like, as long as you are honest. That's all to people. We grown. We so grown, you ain't even got to lie. You can have whatever you want, however you want it, with whoever you want, the way you want it. All you got to do is find people that's going to give it to you. Right. If you're going to be out here hunting for sugar daddies, do it. But do it with confidence. So I have a few rules to this. I am not a retired sugar baby. One of the things on my bucket list I probably should have checked off by now, but I move on. I digress. What I will say, though, is that I've had the pickings of some very wonderful people. Mm-hmm. And with that being said, okay, listen, the summer months are upon us and it's warming up. You're going to have to unbig your back to get the daddy that you want. Okay? Now, I know y'all be out here trying to lie to these people and say some of that don't matter, but it does. They like it with curves. It's just got to be curves that are contained. Yeah. And let's just be real. There's a certain illusion that people like. So you got to kind of keep it together, number one. You have to present as if you already have what you want. In my opinion, you can't be out here po-mouthing and looking poke. That's not going to work. That screams thirsty. Okay?
You're going to get a Splendid Daddy.
What?
Splendid Daddy.
That's a T for daddy. A Splendid Daddy.
Splendid Daddy. If you come out here begging, you're going to get a Splendid Daddy. That's just, you're going to get Mr. Mark that work at the 12-hour Amazon warehouse that don't got no kids, and he might trick on you when he work with his overtime money. That's what you're going to get when you start begging.
Okay, this is true. This is true. So, you might have to, really reevaluate some things. I think then on top of that, you have to be willing to be the unfiltered you, because that's what they're there for. They have a perfectly contained package somewhere else that they've experienced before, maybe in a previous marriage or previous relationship. They're with you for the fun. Mm-hmm. They're with you for the excitement, for the thrill. It's not that you're a toy, but you're offering something that they like. So pony up, okay?
I'm with you. That's why when I be on TikTok and I watch these women, TikTok and social media, and these women rebranding what having a sugar daddy is, all these complicated ass lies. Girl, stop. Stop. One, you know why you here, okay?
He flued you out, but you said
out.
You got flued out, and then, I'm not doing it. Excuse me?
And you get flued right back. So
it flued it off.
You have to learn how to play the game and know what type of person you're dealing with. It's a lot of like personality management. There's some stuff with Mark I ain't gonna do with Ken, okay? And you're gonna have to know the difference. You're gonna have to be able to understand he is not yours, he is your turn. It like that low key almost bring me like to the Mariah Mills situation with Zion and her like wilding out. I don't know if you've heard of that, but Zion is a 22-year-old basketball player. Mariah is a 32-year-old retired porn star. And she was going on and on and on and on and on about this man pretty much devastating her whole world for 5 days straight on Twitter. We was like, Mariah, wrap it the fuck up.
What did he do?
So pretty much she didn't know her part. You are a side chick. Okay, that's your sugar daddy, quote unquote. She thought that he was hers, but not understanding that was just her turn. And he popped out with his mother of his child that he's expecting a boy and was all joyful about it and everything. And I guess that just rocked her world. And she was the hands down biggest bag fumbler I have ever seen. And I think that's another thing people don't talk about when they get into these relationships with these men, where they think because they are showering them with gifts, partial time, and, lavish vacations and things, that you hold a certain standard in this man's life. Baby, that Birkin was pocket change for him.
Literally.
Pocket change. Not yours, your turn. And in her mind, I guess she thought she was the elite and had him wrapped around her finger and was kindly mistaken because she was one of many. And that is one thing I see a huge downfall with these girls that jump into this thing with sugar daddies, where they think they are the one for him and he would never do that. Girl, you are not even in the wheel. Did you secure a spot in the wheel?
I would like to say, why would you limit yourself to one?
Thank you.
These are called options. And so why would you, it doesn't even make sense in the universe of stars. Okay? It's like Pokemon cards. Bitch, we got to catch them all. Like, what?
She put her whole, he was funding her lifestyle. Like, he was funding her. Crazy funding her. Girl, why are you crying on the app? Do you want to cry on the app, or do you want to cry eating apps in another country? Why would you fumble your bag like that? And then why would you put all your eggs in one basket with one man? Like, I want you to be for real. And I think that's another thing. Like, people get so emotionally invested in these relationships. And I get it sometimes, because if I'm spending a lot of time with you, you're investing in me, I'm investing my time in you. We create a bond. Yeah, you could feel some kind of way, but at the end of the day, you have to keep in the forefront of your mind, this whole relationship is transactional.
Absolutely, it's transactional.
So that's why it's so mind-blowing to me. Like, she fumbled her bag like that. Baby, he is 22 years old. His nuts just dropped. What do you think? What did you expect?
Yeah, they just dropped.
I'm
going to need her to do better. 32 and 22. Are you kidding me?
What did you expect from him? Loyalty?
Games, Lucky Charms, and tricks, because they for kids. Listen, no. Know your role. I feel like at the same time in some countries, even in this one, recently, Khalees is with Bill Murray.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody has so much to say. Mm-hmm. And as I had to ask somebody, what is your point? She's not broke, and neither is he.
Yep.
So therefore, you're upset with her for choosing to be with somebody that has just like she does. Mm-hmm. So clearly they're having fun. Mm-hmm. Clearly it's working for them. And those are called rich people's problems. Mind your business and stay in your salary range. Okay? The end. Okay? Because whatever last pumps and humps he got, she bringing the milk to the yard. Like, what is the problem here? They are grown people minding their business. 40-something and 70-something. Who cares? And I feel like not only that, But so what? It is what it is. This is not new behavior. In other countries, this is the norm. There is a certain level of consideration to somebody being young. There are certain liberties and freedoms you're going to have. There's a certain expectation if you're of a certain age and maybe you're not doing things the same speed you used to. And so people it's an unspoken reality.
Yeah, it's true. And that's why I think I hate the misconception if you date older, it's like you have some type of mommy or daddy issues. It's like, no, or I just like having an older partner. And for me, sometimes I think, like in my life, I've experienced so much that sometimes having an older partner is fun. And it's more like they kind of get where my mindset is versus somebody my age where I'm like, yeah, da-da-da. And they're like, do you want a blunt? Are you okay? Okay, never mind. Let me call Steve. So I like having older partners because I feel like, one, that goes back to that conversation we had before where it's like I'm so like up here and on go so much. Having an older partner sometimes that kind of grounds you. I like that. And then the maturity of the conversation and just mindset because, I mean, girls essentially kind of mature faster than boys do. So having a kind of sometimes some older men, not all, because there's some older men out here that be having learning experience. But baby trash. Girl, I'll be like, at your old ass age still, it's still not clicking, Steven. Okay. But majority of the older men I have met, I love it. Like, I love the conversation. I love
the companionship, the maturity.
Yes. And then I noticed, like, when I date older, I don't deal with the hang up on colorism like I do with people more in my age. Now, granted, I'm 31. But I feel like my generation is so weird and hung up on colorism so damn bad. But when I date older, it's not like I don't hear these types of conversations at all.
You don't.
And that's why I'm always perplexed. Like, why is it a thing that you think I have daddy issues? Because I prefer older men.
Listen, what I'm not trying to do is I'm not trying to be over here asking you why you still on the video game or why you still are doing certain things. Like, I don't have time for that. You can play it. I don't care. But there's prioritizing. With age comes oftentimes maturity. And with maturity becomes understanding priorities. Mm-hmm. So I just like priorities to be straight. Even if you do play the game, that's cool. But most mature people know there's a time and place and they do it in an appropriate time and place. If you don't really understand that, we really don't have a lot to talk about. To me, that's very remedial. There are tons of remedial conversations I don't have to have when people are of a certain age. Yes. Now, every now and then you meet a young one that kind of blows your mind. And you like, oh.
It's the younger ones. It's the ones younger than you.
Yes. Listen, these young boys be coming out the gate.
Because they want to please you
so
do. Bad.
They pockets are ready and you don't even have to want much. Like, it's really, really interesting in the dating world right now because these younger men understand they have to pay to play and they're not raising an eyebrow and they don't care how much it costs them. Then you got the in-between ones, the ones that are a little older. They got a little old school in them, but it's lost. It's like they confused it. You know, we still got to remind them that you're not really talking about nothing. Like, you know, Jaquan at 22 already got this figured out. You are over here at 33 questioning what I bring to the table. Jaquan ain't asked me that yet. Okay. Then you got, you know, your Garys that are over the age of 50 who do not care about what you got on this table. So it's very, very interesting. You know, there are levels to this. And I feel like ultimately people are getting lost in the sauce. Like, y'all are thinking about things that don't even matter. Who cares as long as people are having a good time? But there is a science to it. And I don't think it's a game. I think there's a science. I think as a woman, you have to be in a place where these types of people are available to you and you're available to them. I do think you have to carry yourself a certain way. Definitely. I do think you have to be educated on topics and understand how to go from the country club world to maybe the football game, if that's something they enjoy, or fishing or whatever it is. Like, you have to know if they want to take you on the yacht is not the same as a regular fishing boat. Okay? So the point is that you have to be interchangeable in society in those things and know your place and know your role. Mm-hmm. There are going to be times where your job is to sip that glass of wine and smile and be polite, nod your head, and chuckle.
Yeah, it's very much so. And that's why I think we see Carisha and JT and we want to be city girls all the time. And like, that's fun in the bedroom. Mm-hmm. That's fun in the bedroom. But can I take you to the gala?
Okay, because most of y'all, they can't. Like, no offense, but listen. You're going to have to hang up the synthetic one and pull out the 100% human. The Yaki Blend ain't going to cut it for that one. Like, you got to...
Please. Because you know what? If you get on that gala and sweat, girl, we don't want to see the bird's nest in the back with the synthetic because she'll do it to you every fucking time. So go ahead and get the human one, all right? Not the half, the 100%.
But, dude, I have friends that have been executives at very high levels, and they have whispered to me, Krystle, I have a confession. What is it? They'll be like, I love me a ratchet one. What?
They do.
And we will die laughing because they're like, I know it's horrible, but I do. I'm going to get better one day. And I'm like, no, you're not. Like, you enjoy the fun of it. It's a thrill. They love that. So I think that you have to give the more edgy and fun women, you got to take a page from their book at times. There's a time and place for it all. There is a reason why they're still in somewhat of demand because there's a time and place for it. Now, he know you might call his job cutting up. He might get some tires flat and windows might be busted out. But he going to sacrifice it all here and there for a little bit of, big back synthetic and a lot of ratchet good times. There is a smidge of fun in that for them. And for those who enjoy it, that's their desire. But I think also the women who view themselves as the elite or who view themselves as the upper echelon are always blown away at how those who don't always move exactly the way they move, how they still get these options.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're boring, ma'am.
You're not fun and you're just what we like to call them a mattress. All you do is lay there.
If you live out of oatmeal colored clothing and clear heels, it's over. Like, in my opinion, it's so predictable to see it coming down the sidewalk. I'm a woman thinking that. I feel like, imagine what a man is thinking. Like, it's
not fun. It's training.
Predictable.
Because now it's like the only thing you're good for is I can take you out and you look shiny and pretty. And you make me look good. Anything after that, I guess, like, it's not fun. Like, even for me, because I'm not a skinny woman. I'm a chunky girl. And when I'm telling people I've been with a certain caliber of men, they're like, how? Like, yeah, I know I kind of talk like DMX, and I know that this is hard to believe that somebody of my caliber was with somebody of that caliber, but like you said, I know how to read the room, and I can put on the charm. I can be very enticing when I need to be enticing, but like you said, these men want to have fun. They want to have fun. They want to be, and then I think it's my nature of I'm chatty, so I love banter. I want to have intelligent conversations. I want to talk about everything under the sun. I think it's bonus points that I make them laugh out their panties. That's just bonus points for me. But
are you giving that gawk in between?
You have to. That's why I say stop lying to these bitches and telling them y'all not fucking these men. Yes, y'all are.
Y'all doing a lot.
A whole lot.
Y'all doing more. Listen, some of y'all are choking. Some of you are eating children.
Okay.
And that's probably what's helping you get to wherever you want to be because it's the fun. And that's a part of adulting. Think about it. If you wear the oatmeal clothing and the clear heels, that means when he takes you out to the beach, you don't want to get wet. I don't want to get my hair wet. That's no fun.
He don't like it. That's why I was like, just stop lying. Even when people get offended and they're like, having a sugar daddy, they compare it to like sex work sometimes. And they're like, that is not the same. Well, I hate to fucking tell you, Pookie.
It's kind of a job. You got to clock in.
Did you get paid afterwards? Yes or no? Okay. Just because it was a Berkey don't mean you ain't get paid for your services. Like, it's transactional, essentially. Mm-hmm. So I wish when it comes to this, people are so honest with these girls, because these girls get in here, they go on these dates with these old men that smell like old men and are creepy, and then realize, oh, wait, he wants some sugar. Yeah, Frank wants some fucking sugar. What the fuck you thought?
And listen, stop being here for a bag. If you're going to do it right. Listen, are you collecting anything else that has longevity and assets? Because it's not about, it's transactional. That's the nature of it. It might blossom into something else, but most times it's not. So if the only thing you collecting is purses and meals, you are shortchanging the experience.
Oh, for sure.
Now, some of the more mature sugar babies that are now sugar women will tell you that's how they collected businesses or land or trust or whatever it is they were collecting through experience. They were smart about it. You over here sitting with a closet full of purses that you can't even sell.
And that was my first mistake. That was my first mistake because kind of almost like that hood rich mentality. Oh. Because I wanted to have the designer bags. I wanted to have the hair. I wanted to have the clothes. I wanted to have the look. But I ain't have a pot to piss in. So pretty much just like everybody on Instagram. You got everything. Don't own nothing. And I didn't understand until I got older, like, start going to these networking events with these men. Ask these men to put you in the room with some of these people. Ask these men to invest in your business ventures.
And even if it's women.
Right. Women. Hey, look.
Okay, because listen.
Let me tell you something.
Don't leave out any groups. Because there are the elite in every category. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to do it right. But remember, you're not there taking. It's not gluttony. It's a transactional situation. Really? And listen, if your mattress is on bricks, your priorities are messed up.
So like you couldn't ask for a box spring?
Lift it up. And you think that he didn't notice that? Do you think that when he saw you, that he knows that you didn't have your bed wasn't on a box spring? You think that he didn't know who he was working with? He did. He wanted to see how you were going to maximize the situation respectfully. Mm-hmm. Keyword is respectfully. Not making him feel like he's nothing but a bank, but it's respectful. And so y'all not fooling nobody with these social media posts, but in your background, your mirror is dirty and your mattress is on bricks. It's too much. Do better. Don't stay thirsty, my friends.
Oh, my. But you know what? It's, again, we like the illusion of looking like we got it versus really having it. Mm-hmm. And my thing is, if you're bringing any type of value to the person you're with, they'll start investing in you, like, without you having to even ask.
Absolutely.
So when you're not, that's how, to me, that's kind of how I gauge it sometimes in those types of relationships where it's like, I had to ask you for that. You don't think I'm worth investing.
Do you hear me? Now we got a problem.
And some people are like, well, closed mouths don't get fed. Well, we got to a certain point in this relationship, you just know. I don't have to ask you, do you want to lay down? I know that's what you want to do. So I feel like it's almost like the same thing. Like, I know she didn't have that. So let me, invest in her and give her some money for that. I know she eat lunch at 12 o'clock. So let me make sure she got money in her account so she can go ahead and eat lunch at 12 o'clock. After a while, it's a relationship, but I'm investing in you. And I see that you're worth the investment. Oh. And a lot of people don't see that because they're so hyper-focused on, well, I need money for the next. It's like a dope boy high. Like, you're looking for the next bag. You're looking for the next bag. You're looking for the next check. Okay, now, like you said, you got 50 Birkin bags and you ain't got a pot to piss in. So now what? Now you're over there begging him for another $25 and you can go to Popeyes. Like, what the fuck? Like, reevaluate and reassess this relationship. Like, if I feel like I'm asking too much and you're not just automatically doing for me, I instantly end the relationship. Because I'm begging at this point. And I'm not finna beg nobody.
At all. We're not doing it.
I ain't doing it, so.
Okay. So if you want to be a sugar baby, but you really low-key are only aiming at Splendid Daddies, go ahead and put that down right now. There's a science to this. And, Here at the Uncut Chronicles, we're not going to keep no secrets. We're going to always share it with you live and uncut. So we're going to have to revisit this sometime.
We going to have to do a part 2 to this because I have a lot to say about this because I'm so sick of it. And I think people are not being transparent about the lifestyle and what's required of you. And I'm tired of it. Stop lying to these girls because these girls get scared when it comes time to have to take their panties off. And I hate that for them.
We'll be back with a part 2. It was so good. Stay dope. The Uncut Chronicles.
This shit ain't for you, man.
The Uncut Chronicles is part of the Breaking Ice Building Bridges community podcast platform brought to you by Possibilities.